Alright, well it has been a long time since I played this game. This is going to be a weird video, I'm just going to put that out there right now. Reason being is because I'm going to be talking about some of the reasons why it's been so long since I played this game. Some of the personal struggles I've had as a gamer lately. Nothing super deep, it's all arbitrary, but let's begin. It's been so long I barely remember where I left off, but it shouldn't be hard to catch back up. My armors. I need some new armor, or at least to get this repaired. Oh, well, before I start my weird conversation that I promised you all, I want to see what I need to be doing next. Evacuation location, investigate position B28. The map you found in one of the helicopters indicates an evacuation location. You should check it. The soldier went to location B28. How do I bring up my map? Which is P. So bring tools to Cardin. I remember I found some tools. B28's over there. B205 is way over here. Those are really far away. What's this mission? Evacuation location B2. The map you found in one of the helicopters indicates evacuation location. You should check to see if a soldier went to location B2. Okay. Investigate the crash site at Stingray 1. That is way far away. What about Stingray 2? Ooh, that's really close, but looks really scary. Should still go for it. 4, that's really far away. Stingray 5, find out the reason for the electronical burnout. You must find the source of a powerful electrical charge which hit the Stingray 5 helicopter. By the way, my wife is actually sitting in the same room with me, so if she felt like she wanted to contribute or say something, I would greatly appreciate that.
Well, thank you for the invitation, Aaron.
So, just so you know.
Okay.
Just inventory. O brings out my little detector, which I still haven't quite figured out how to use. It's getting dark. I can't remember, do psi storms happen this close to... If a psi storm did happen, I can always run here, I guess. Let's go check out... Let's go back to my A and then just click mission log. Let's go check out. Whoa. Skaldvik is B2. Okay, let's check out Stingray first. Okay. And I've got night vision, which is always nice. Ooh, I'm hungry. Let's eat some bread. What's this? Kortatsta Classic. Some sausages. Smoked sausages, to be exact. This gun... What did I upgrade? Oh, the magazine size and minus weight. Okay. So yeah, it's been a really long time since I've played this game, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One of the reasons is... Actually, the main reason is because I've really been enjoying Tekken 7. But then another reason is I've actually really gotten involved in the FGC as a whole. Just recently discovered... Did I just run away? I wish. I wish you ran away, but I'm bleeding. Bandages. Where are my bandages? I thought I had gauze. Oh, it's F3. There we go. And why do I have a radiation? From what? What am I getting radiated from? What's this? Vitamin K. The main purpose of this drug is to increase blood congelation speed, slow healing wounds and lacerations, an antidote, chemical protection. Oh, my radiation symbol went away. Weird. So yeah, I've gotten really involved in the FGC because I discovered that there is since I live in Iowa, I didn't think there was any kind of a community out here. I thought you had to go to either California or Chicago or Atlanta to be part of the FGC. But there's actually an FGC that's mostly centrally located in Des Moines, which is super shocking because when I get on the Iowa fighting game community Discord, a lot of people complain about how they wish there was an FGC in Cedar Rapids or Waterloo or even like Ames. You'd think of all places like Iowa City and Ames just because that's a huge college campus. But I am lucky enough to live right outside the city of Des Moines. So it's super convenient, and it's just been an incredible blessing in my life personally. At least I think it's a blessing. We'll find out in the future, to have a bunch of like-minded people come together to play a bunch of awesome fighting games. And one of the things that I was really exposed to last year, because I grew up most of my, I shouldn't say I grew up most of my life. Ever since I moved back to the States, I felt like being a gamer was kind of like being an outcast. Like, you really weren't a part of any kind of particular group. You were just kind of a nobody. If you had to be part of a group, you had to be into sports or into cars or things like that. And I've noticed as people have become much more vocal about being gamers in the last 10, 15 years of my experience in America, as people become more proud of the fact that they enjoy playing video games. There's been radiation problems. There's some things that I've noticed that I've never noticed before. One of them is the whole concept of esports. Last year I met some people at work who actually played video games. I was like, that's so cool. The games that they liked to play was League of Legends and Overwatch. So I decided to get into these games, and one of the things that I realized is that there's two types of gamers. There's people who play video games because it's fun and relaxing, and there's people who play video games because they're super competitive and they have a drive. There's like this inner drive they have to win. And one of the things that I discovered about some of my friends at work is that they were a different type of gamer than I was used to or growing up. When I grew up, I played games because they were fun. Either they had an interesting story or there was something cool about it, where the people that I went to work with, they didn't play games just because they were fun. They played games because they had this dying need to be good at something, to win. And I just heard something growl. This is a really scary situation. Dude, I don't think I should be here. I think I'm gonna go try something else because my arm is hurt. Radiation's really bad. Yeah, this ain't cool. Let's go back to Scott Vic. I need better. There's so much. What's that? That was just fire. Oh my goodness, that box just floated. What the heck? What's going on?
That's some intense radiation to get things float.
Oh my goodness, there's a spirit or some kind of weird alien.
It's radiation. It's angels.
It is a poltergeist and it's throwing stuff at me. I don't think it should be here. How are they? Oh, they're just throwing stuff at me. That's not getting hurt. Whoa, dang. What's my radiation level? It's not bad. He's still trying to throw stuff at me. I think I just killed him. where's the helicopter? Dang, I'm glad I didn't run away. I'm glad I tried to take it out. What does this dude have? Is this any good? It's an AK-47 pen, some grenades, field dressings. I'm gonna take this and see if I can sell it as long as I'm not overweight. Let's examine this helicopter.
Судя по всему, экипаж погиб еще в воздухе, вертолет падал без управления. Бортовому компьютеру повезло больше. Так, сейчас поглядим, что в нем полезного. Ага, карта местности с какими-то пометками. Пригодится.
Investigating the crash site. Mission completed. Awesome. Sweet. Investigate crash site. So we just have that one and that one. So what did I find out? Find out the reason for electronic burnout for Stingray 5. Is this, let's see, Ring Tools Carden. Carden asked you to pass an apology to his comrade Stalker from Barge and Joker. They had an argument and the comrades left in unknown direction. Find someone interested in the maps. Find someone. The Stingray 2 onboard computer had maps of the area between Zaton and Jupiter. You should find someone who can use them. Okay. Let's get out of here because this place is like supernatural, and when all you're armed with is a gun, supernatural is not very inviting. It's really dark now. I'm wondering if I should go back to Skodvix or go back to the other place that I think I'm going to go back to the other. Excuse me. Let's look at the map here. I think I might go back to the substation workshop because the feeling, none of this other stuff, it looks safe. And I have a feeling a side storm is going to be coming soon. And it's so freaking dark. So yeah, so like last year I met a bunch of good friends from work, had a great time. It was like one of the best years of my life work-wise because I was around a lot of like-minded people. I say like-minded, but what I really mean by that is just people who are just really friendly and really have a desire to be your friend as opposed to just make money and be a jerk and make everyone else look bad. I'm surrounded, it seems like, at work by people who just want to make other people look bad so that they can look good. And by like-minded, I just mean being around people who truly treat you with human dignity and respect. So I'm not saying clones of me, but I'm just going to clarify that right out of the way. But one of the things I noticed about people who did play video games at the work is that they were more interested in games that involved actually like getting good rather than just playing and having fun. And at first that seemed kind of counterintuitive, like what, like isn't having fun the most important thing? But then one of the things that I've noticed is that playing games for having fun is really fun, but when you get really, really good at something, it's even funner. And one of the things that I've really struggled with is that, yeah, is that the... One of the things I've really struggled with is, yeah, I enjoy playing video games, but I've also noticed that... How do I put this away? Oh. That when you start to actually when you play games that are meant to be played as a sport, like Overwatch or League of Legends or Dota or something like that, yeah, they're very hard games, but as you get good at them and you become capable of doing things in them that the normal gamer can't do, that sense of accomplishment is so addictive, it's hard to actually find enjoyment out of other games that don't provide that same kind of look what I can do that other people can't do. Like as soon as I learned in Tekken how to do a Korean backdash, that alone made that game so addictive for me because just the movement in that game is harder than a typical video game that you would play. And there's a lot of a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction in that, which can be kind of addictive. Now I've slowly started to understand why there's like a difference between esports games and just regular video games, and people who get really, really good at certain games, there's a sense of satisfaction in there that's super addictive. And now the biggest problem I have is what games like are worth investing that much time into, because honestly, I just played a game, and once I got to the end of it, I was like, I marked it on my checklist like, hey, I beat this game, had a cool story, I'm gonna write a review about it, gonna talk about it, and that was it. But I didn't ever really come across a game that I was like, dude, this is a game that I would almost be willing to make a career out of. And yet a lot of my friends were into that style of gaming where you had to get good, and I didn't understand that mentality for the longest time. But after playing a lot of Tekken 7, like, I like that mentality slowly started to click. And oops, sorry guys. My bad. You know, I've put almost 20 minutes into this thing here. Is there a place I can fall asleep? Because that's what I really, really want, just to be able to fall asleep. I want to sleep until it's daylight because I don't feel comfortable at night. Do I have a sleeping bag? What is this? A compass? When did I pick this up? This is like my first artifact. A rare artifact. It's been several years since one was found. This artifact has been located. I must have either found it earlier. And there's the... Oh, tools for fine work. Okay. What's this? Oh, I got that off of an enemy. Do I not have a sleeping bag? I guess I don't. I guess I gotta find somewhere to sleep. I thought this was a safe place to sleep. What's up, dudes? Whoa. Glad your legs stopped shaking there. Anyway, let me give you another example. So my nephew Jake is extremely good at Super Smash Brothers, okay? And to the point where it's almost not fun playing against him because he's so dang good at it. And while I would like to be that good at Super Smash Bros., I'm not willing to put that much time and effort to be good at it. And honestly, I didn't really see why anyone would want to put that much time and effort into being so good at something that they wouldn't have anyone else to basically play with. But Jake then found this Smash community, which was a bunch of other people who were super passionate about games like Project M, Melee, and Brawl. And when he found other people with those same passions, people who just want to constantly get better at this one particular game, I'm sure that helped inspire him to also want to get better. And that kind of feeding mentality is very addictive. And since I discovered this Iowa FGC, I relate far more to that kind of experience that Jake had, where he wanted to get better at Smash Brothers because other people were super good at Smash Brothers, and he fed off of that drive to just get better. And it's actually extremely addicting. I don't know if this is like specifically a male mentality or females have this kind of mentality or not. I'm sure there are females out there who do have this kind of mentality because there are female esports players out there. But I just noticed that, like, you know, I don't know, like, well, I played sports in high school. I was really big into basketball, super competitive, and I just remember that I had to get better. Like, if I didn't have homework, I'd go out there and I'd be shooting hoops and stuff like that, because the year I made varsity, I was so excited. I made junior varsity my junior year, and then my senior year I made it to varsity, and I wanted so bad to just do my best, you know. And when you relate that to video, when you combine that kind of competitive nature to a video game, it creates a more like adrenaline type feeling than other experiences I've had, like say like playing Planescape Torment. And and that's also why I'm not sure if that's really healthy, because because for one thing, when you have a competitive spirit playing something like basketball, and I'm just completely thinking out loud here and wanting to know some of your comments, some of your opinions about it, but like when you play basketball, yeah, you're extremely competitive, but you're also becoming physically fit, and you're releasing chemicals in your brain that make your brain smarter and healthier. One of the things I've noticed is that I get very, very intense when I play a fighting game, and while playing a fighting game, because it's not as physically demanding as, say, basketball or something like that, I have to like not even subconsciously, I have to consciously make decisions like correcting my posture, calming myself down, whatever it takes to try to like keep those from getting out of hand. And I don't know if I don't know if that teaching yourself that kind of discipline without having the physical, like having the competitive adrenaline drive, but not having the physical benefits of, say, like an actual sport versus an e-sport. I'm not sure exactly how healthy that is in the human body or the human brain. If you guys know anything about that, or if you know or have heard anything about that, I'd like to hear your opinions on that too, because there is a big difference between wanting to constantly win in a sport versus wanting to constantly win in an e-sport. Whoa, that's a giant gap. Are these friends or foes? How do I bring up my binoculars? 5. These are friends. So yeah, honestly, this is kind of weird, but I just felt like if I needed to experience playing a game just to play a game again, and using this, and since this was one of my favorite games in the past, using it as kind of like a let's play and a chance to vent about some of my feelings about esports versus just playing gaming. I don't know. Probably the only person who's probably going to be watching this is probably Shauna. Jake may be watching this. If they do, I appreciate it. Love to hear some of your inputs about it. But like, there is definitely a difference. It's not the same. Being a gamer and being an esports player is two separate things. The adrenaline's different. The adrenaline's really different between the two. You get much more of a... Can I talk to you?
Если тебе перетереть что надо, вон пока.
Hey. A step puka humpback. Hey, stalker. What's your hurry? Listen, I have a question for you.
Надо было того
Spit
пидора
out there. Do you know
приложить
anything about the
получше,
crashed
чтоб потом
helicopters?
лишнего не свистел. И так,
What are you
блин,
talking
народу
about,
вокруг.
punk?
Хрен
You have to smoke
заныкаешься,
some
если
real
что.
hardcore crap to see a chopper around here. Just real ones don't got nothing to do in this place. What? You guys don't ever see
Ну
choppers
чё,
down here?
типа анекдот.
What?
Слепили, короче, пацаны одного сталкерюгу живым. Ну и говорят, вот типа тема.
I'm not done
Будет
talking to
кому
you.
нам парашу чистить. А он, короче, типа тёртый фраер. Не зассал и говорит, братва, я ж вам в натуре не шестерка какая. Не олень рогатый. Со всеми вопросами вали бригадно. Ну, пацаны перетерли и говорят, да не вопрос, мужик. Иди вон из аномалии барахло жмуриковское доставать.
We had one, I shared one sentence with you, and you don't want to talk. I mean, you don't want to actually have it.
Чертила, бля, в натуре чертила. Со всеми вопросами вали к бригадным.
Guys, oh, thank you. Now you want to talk. I'd like to ask you something. What's new in the zone? You know this cat? Well, yeah, he's sneaky, alright. Sells the best shooters around, no doubt. I wonder how he smuggled them like that. I mean, how do you carry a Ventar so it don't look like you do? Where do you stick that thing? That's some wizard crap right there, man.
На, братва,
That's
а
another
вот что я
question
еще
for you.
слышал.
you seen any military around? I heard there's stories about how an army cockroaches were trying to get in some crap out of their crashed chopper in the swamp. Imagine that, 5 army boys in uniforms jumping around in the swamp trying not to get wet. I got some more questions for you. Who would be interested in maps about the area of Zayton and Jupiter? Yes, that's Pilot, I reckon. He's the main guide around those parts. It would be good if he had some maps instead of using the stars like he does now. That's perfect. I think I know where Pilot lives too. He doesn't really have anything I want. I'm not burdened, so okay, you guys are obviously drunk, so I'm gonna leave here. Drinking way too much vodka. Alright, I'm pretty sure Pilot is back at Skodvix. Yeah, so that's where I'm gonna head next. Oh, there's some animals out there. There's that creepy hand that's got like a anomaly in it. So yeah, that's just some of the things I'm struggling with as a gamer, because it's almost like once you experience the adrenaline of really investing in worth investing in, and that's super deep, and as you get better at it, you find other people who are also really good, so you constantly just want to get better and better at it. That drive, it creates a new type of, like, I don't know, addiction, I guess you could say, although I don't want to sound like I'm addicted. I really do think that I can promise you that if Shauna said, hey, I don't want you being part of the FGC anymore, I don't want you playing Tekken 7 anymore, I would stop just like that, but just because you enjoy something a lot, does that mean you're addicted to it? That would be...
No.
So, well, thank you for your immediate input right away there. So, I don't know. It's just a different type of gaming. Also, like I said before, having a community that also bolsters that type of wanting to get better at a particular game, I think. Like, I really liked King of Fighters 14, but when I found out that the Iowa FGC also really liked King of Fighters 14, and that some of the people in that community are extremely good at King of Fighters 14, like insanely good at King of Fighters 14, that makes me just want to play the game even more and get even better at it. Also, I thought Uniest was, for those of you who don't know, Uniest stands for Under Night in Birth EXE Late, in parentheses ST, so I guess you could say latest. But people call it Uniest for short because it is an anime game, and of course anime always has to sound like it's super hipster. And I really am enjoying that game. I'm not even like the people who I'm late at coming into that game, as a lot of people are already way farther in it than I am. But it looked like a game that's worth investing time into, from what little I have seen of it and played of it. And it's got super cool characters. I really, really respect the fact that there's not, like, even though there's female fighters in it, it's not just an all-female cast. Neither is there a bunch of boobies bouncing around like in a lot of fighting games. I appreciate that it has a little bit more tastefulness than some other fighters, you know. I feel like they treat both genders with respect, so that's another reason. So the fact that that game is so popular in the Iowa FGC, I think, is really cool, and it's one of the reasons why I want to personally invest into it. We have an enemy. We did. I disappeared from the map. Was that it? Just that one dog? That's sad. This looks like an anomaly. And that's because this is an anomaly. How do I get around this? I'm going the wrong way. Whoa, that's a giant cliff. So yeah, I mean, this has already been a 32-minute video. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop and save it here. And then I really don't have anything else to say about it. I just wanted to explain some of the reasons why I haven't played this game for so long, why I've been really sidetracked from, as I said, being a gamer who just plays games for fun versus someone who's like plays it competitively. So anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and just stop it right here. But I am going to play more, but I probably don't really have anything more to say or any excuses to give as to why I haven't played this game for so long. So if you were watching, thanks. I appreciate it, and there'll be more to come.